Hi and welcome. My name's Melissa and I'm new to YouTube. I only have a few videos up. If you come across this one and you like it, I would appreciate it if you could like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, all kinds of things you can do over here on YouTube. Anything that you do would be greatly appreciated. So today we're going to be doing some beef stew. We're going to be doing hopefully some chicken bog. And we're going to bake a couple things. Whether I'll videotape that, I don't know. And some just kielbasa and potatoes and some fried cabbage. We have a storm coming tomorrow. Where I live, I don't know how much we'll get, but you just never can know. You have to be prepared in the New England states. I always cook a few different meals. One, because sometimes I just don't feel good and I can't do it. So on the weekends, and even during the week, I cook. If I'm going to cook, I cook a couple things at a time. And then two, that way if we do lose power or anything like that, we can heat it up because we do have a generator. I do have gas, so we can always still use the stove, but that always kind of makes me a little iffy. I get a little worried about it. But I guess it's perfectly safe. But either way, the food's prepared. I don't have to use it as much. I can just heat it up. So that's what I'll be doing today. Get our beef out and just plop it in. So it's gonna, because it is frozen, it's going to take a little while. But this is an important step. This is going to help season the whole thing. You want to put a little brownness on this beef. So I'll put when it unthaws a little bit more, I'll put my famous onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of pepper. I might put just a little bit of salt, and then my celery salt. And let that all get brown before I start adding anything else. So my beef has browned up quite nicely. All I've added in was just maybe half a teaspoon onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic, and one packet of the beef bouillon. So I'm going to take some of my frozen onions here. This is 2 cups worth. I'm only probably going to put in about a cup's worth. I have 2 cups of the celery. Same thing. I'm probably going to only put in about a cup of the celery. I also have some frozen carrots and green beans from the other day. We're going to throw them in. Give everybody a little stir. Only take a couple seconds for that stuff to unthaw. We're also going to throw in at this time, maybe a tablespoon of flour. That'll help thicken it up at the end. Again, give everybody a nice stir. Let it all come together. I'm going to throw in my 4 cups of chicken broth. Again, some of it's still a little frozen, but it will unthaw. I want to give you a little tip about the stew beef. Now, that's something else that's gotten very expensive in the store. You can buy your own piece of meat, chop it all up. It's going to be more cost efficient. With the stew beef, I buy a pretty decent family-sized package. I take it home. The chunks, they come in big pieces. I couldn't show you because it was already done. But usually they're, say, this big. Before I even put them in bags and separate it, I cut them into fairly small. Let me try to get one out of here. Fairly small pieces. Everything's like bite size. So that helps stretch it a lot. So a big family pack will probably get me sometimes 4 meals out of it. So cost-wise, much more efficient. When I go grocery shopping again and buy it, I will show it to you before I do it and show you how many meals that it comes to. But like I said in an earlier video, all my meat had already been all done. I haven't gone grocery shopping. So we're just gonna let that all come together. I'm gonna cut and peel my potatoes. That'll be the next thing. And I'm just gonna let it simmer 30, 45 minutes. And then I'm gonna come in with making some dumplings for them. Okay, I had my camera on backwards, so I already just tasted this. It needed a little bit more celery salt. I put in about a teaspoonful. Showed you with my potatoes before. I use this chopper, so everything's about the same size. You got bite-size potatoes here, bite-sized potatoes. I'm gonna put them in. Even if I didn't have this, I would cut them this small, especially with soups and things, because you want to bite into, it's a beef stew. You want a little bit of everything. I don't want to have to eat a whole potato, and then my next bite will be a whole piece of meat. I might as well have a separate meal. It's not a stew. So that's one of the reasons why I do it. So when you take a bite, you get a little piece of potato, a vegetable, and a little piece of meat. So this is going to cook 30, 40 minutes. And then I will show you how to put the dumplings in it. And then we'll have a beef stew for the storm coming up. And over here, this is probably for tonight. Let me see if I can get you. Here in the back, I got some fresh kielbasa and potatoes cooking. And we're going to fry up some cabbage. Okay, so our potatoes are just about done. I turned up the flame a little bit, so I've just had it on simmer. We want it to come up to a slow boil. I've made my mixture for the dumplings. There's no exact recipe for this that I use anyways. So maybe about a cup of flour, and you keep adding more and water until it gets to about this consistency. So we got the soup coming up to just like a slow boil, a slow roll. And we're just gonna drop them. It makes how many? There's never an amount. Now if you put your water in too fast and it's real loose, just add some more flour. If it's real thick, add some more water. Again, you just want it to be like the consistency of being able to plop something in. Real kitchen technical terms I use, but drop them in. Some people do this with biscuits. I never have. I'm sure it's good. I should have counted how many it made, but I did not. That last little bit. And flour, you just want to make sure you mix it so you don't dump it right in. Give everybody a good stir. And we've got 15, 20 minutes. And everything will be cooked and we'll be having some nice beef stew. Here is our finished beef stew.